Hey everybody, I am Sam Emery. I'm a brown belt in Ann Arbor, Michigan. We are going to go over today something that we've been studying in our focus groups that we do quad monthly here at Final Round. They are small jiu-jitsu based focus group lessons, whatever you want to call them. The first thing that we're going to work on is a series of movements from closed guard. So I'm trying to break the posture by pulling them with my legs and getting to an overhook and wrist control. From here, I need to shift my hips to the side so I can get my foot on the hips and then start pulling my knee towards her shoulder and putting my foot on the other hip. Now my left foot can come off the hip and go to the shoulder. Then I'm going to hug my leg, grabbing her shoulder like Williams guard. And then I'm going to take my right hand off the wrist and grab the side of her head or her neck, specifically the neck. Now I'm going to straighten my leg out, pull it in front of their face, S-grip my hands on the other side of their neck. So now I have my hands on one side and my shin on the other. This is the go-go clinch. From here, I can start passing my toes to my hand and then finish my Gogoplata, the shin on the trachea. I can stomp my foot to help. I could just stomp, push with my hand to help. And then worst case scenario, I lose the Gogoplata. I'm going to keep my hand draped along their back and reverse shrimp myself to the side. From here, I'm going to sit up, straightening my legs to put pressure on the back of their shoulder, and then slide to the side, control the elbow, bend my legs so that I'm trapping her whole arm with my one leg here, and then using my thigh to support that grip. So now her elbow is stuck between my legs. Then I'm just going to lean forward using my hip to get my finish. Okay, so one more time through those. Here, posture control, overhook, inside control on the far arm, foot in the hip, knee through the arm, and foot on the hip again. Then my other foot comes to the shoulder. My hand comes and hugs my own thigh and her shoulder. Then I can take my hand off of the wrist, find her neck here, straighten my leg, curl it in front of their chin and S-grip to start. Go-go clinch. Grab my toes, try to finish the Gogoplata one of three ways. There. If I don't get that, I'm going to keep my left hand draped across their back, pull myself out. So I'm parallel now with her. Straighten my legs and scoot to the side. Now I'm going to hug the elbow, windshield wiper to control the elbow without my hand, and then lean forward to get my finish. Okay? So that's there. Omoplata, Gogoplata. Now, once we go into our pyramid, but I'm able to get to a triangle instead, we have the setup for our next submission. Okay? So from here, I have just the trap, just my ankles are crossed and curled behind her back. Now I can take the time to work to get a reverse Kimura grip for the sake of finishing with the next submission, the Baratoplata. So I'm getting a reverse Kimura, stuffing her hand between my hips, and now I'm going to post my left foot on her hip, bring my right leg around her head, and grab my own hip so that now her wrist is stuck between my legs and my hips. Okay. Now I'm going to reach for an underhook and either go under the leg or just under the arm. I only need a small amount of pressure on her elbow or her wrist. Here. I'm keeping my right leg curled at the spine and my left foot picking my hips up on the hip. And we're there. The tighter you can get your grip, obviously the tighter it's going to be because I'm pulling her elbow towards me to put pressure on the shoulder. So again, the setup is essentially a triangle. If you know how to get to a triangle, you know how to get to a Baratoplata. So we're here. I'm using my left foot to give my right foot time to come out here. And now I'm hipping up, stuffing her wrist through, going here. Now my left foot is pushing on her hip. My right leg comes around the head. I curl my right leg, push and lift with my left foot, reach, and get my finish. All right, that's the Baratoplata. The last submission we'll see today is another plata, the Tarikoplata. So today we'll start it from just a dorsal kimura, a top side kimura. You might know this as like set up into spinning arm bars and stuff like this, or just a terrible spot to be on the bottom with someone sitting on your head. So to finish this, I need to make sure I still have control of the wrist when I pass it off to my leg, which I'll end up doing. Some people call this the legs kimura. So I'm going to shove my left hand all the way through and then back fist on her forearm and hand. So that stops her hand from slipping out too soon. And then I'm going to reach her legs, because you'll imagine that they're like up and trying to defend. So I'm going to push them down. I'm going to lean all my weight to my left to her backside and then throw my leg over. So now, instead of my back fist controlling the arm, my leg is controlling the arm. And now I'm just going to use my hamstring to finish. I'll post my right hand, post my left foot, and then I'm basically thinking I'm trying to straighten my leg into her wrist and then pull at the elbow. So I'm pushing with my right leg and pulling with my left elbow. Okay. So again, we set this one up from a kimura. Here, back fist on the wrist, control the legs, lean to make your right leg light, and then shoot it through to replace your hand. Then I grab my own thigh, post my left foot, pull on the elbow, and push the wrist with my leg. All right? So 4 quick submissions, 4 platas, negating the hippoplata and the monoplata, but you'll have to come to focus group for those.